Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Achad Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Achad Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Achad Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, WH0RES Kodash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone Home rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Azahad, Spirit, we in Judah of the GMS Mississippi camp. All right, today I want to go into a live stream. Those on my spirit, going into the great downfall of our women. All right, as it says in Amos 7:17, thy wife should be a harlot in the city. Now, what is an harlot per scripture? All right. Ultimately, if according to Hebrew custom, all right. If your daughter, all right, she broke virginity before she was betrothed to a man, then basically that in itself is a harlot, all right? Prostitute, all right? It tells you that a harlot should be counted as spittle. It tells you that in Sirach, the 42nd chapter, roughly paraphrasing the whole paragraph per se, that a man, when no one is thinking about it, when no one is watching, he wakes up in the middle of the night worried about his daughter, worried about his daughter's virginity, worried that she'll get pregnant. All right, let me go the other way because they blowing leaves. Worried about his daughter's virginity, worried that she would be pregnant before she would be married or betrothed to a man. All right. Worried that if she does get with the man, he finds out that she's not a virgin. Also worried that if she gets with a man, that she actually played the harlot. All right? Hey, Shalom, Zaquan, Shalom, brothers and sisters who are tuning in to this live stream. All right? And I do lessons like this, and I know we do lessons like this, not because we're personally angry at our personal situations, or no, we're angry at what has happened with our nation. All right? And our women have been bewitched into thinking being a helpmeet is a downgrade in society. But that can't be farther from the truth. All right? You're going to find out that your progression, your progressive mindset is rooted in feminism. Even the first wave feminists actually celebrated Satanism and the philosophy of Satanism because they applauded the serpent for having the gumption to stand up against God, or their understanding of God. Going back to Genesis, the 3rd chapter, I believe. Okay. Hey, surely, hey, that's right. Hey, Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right? See, we got to paint pictures when we do these live streams. We have to paint pictures of the mindset in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, and within the laws of our forefathers, we had something called shame culture. So it was a shame for a woman to be promiscuous. All right, it was a shame, all right, for a woman to be flirting, a married woman to be flirting with a man, or be conversing with a man. It tells you in Sirach, the 9th chapter, sit not at all with another man's wife. Something that me and the beloved brother Yash, we will always go into, we go into is these cultural norms, things that's become societal norms, things that's become formalities. You know, look up that word formality. All right? These are things that you do because it's currently formal. even if it's inconsistent with the Bible. All right. So it's dressing naked or half naked, or wearing scantily apparel. All right, apparel beyond that of a harlot. It's become a societal norm. All right. And now men are just the perverts for reacting a certain way. Now men are thirsty for reacting to your scantily apparel, man. Now men are thirsty for hopping on your DM and saying all type of crazy, freaky stuff. But look at your pictures. You see? But our women being within the gender role of a helpmeet, because the question now is, what is a woman? The controversial question now is, what is a woman? All right? Let me get this right quick for the brother, for the Zaquan. Sirach 26 and 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced it will fear Yahweh. That's another element that no longer exists in this society. And this is something that the apostles would expound on, being shamefaced it, meaning woman walk past her and she looks down. All right? You don't see that in the West. I hear from brothers who have traveled, okay? They say like, nah, like in Eastern Europe, in certain parts of Europe, those women are still like that, but not here. It is not so, okay? Rarely will you see the concept of someone being shy or timid as a female. You're better off seeing a man that's shy or timid here, all right? That's another byproduct of feminism, that it engender emasculated men, okay? Men who can't hold their own around real men be around men, you know? But from helpmeets to whores, man. All right. So let's get some examples of our women being helpmeets and how it's actually beautiful, because going back to feminism being in alignment with the concept of progressionalism. You're going to hear that word a lot because it's really rooted in Satanism, and it's rooted in a philosophy that, you know, the dark way, the dark medieval oppressive handmaid's way, all right, was something that was oppressive and regressive, and that of the patriarch, all right, but the progressive way, all right, was that of feminism and liberty and individualism. But these are the same words that you will find in the doctrine of Satan, okay? And it just so happens that every woman who adopted feminism, especially third wave, it engenders the same thing. I'm up here running away from these leaf blowers, man. All right? It engenders the same thing. Sexual promiscuity. I'm talking about going back to middle school, man. Even when I was 5th grade, you know, Eve wearing lipstick at like 10 years old, mimicking things they seen in like movies, like, you know, the famous so-called black movies. And I remember when I was in 5th grade, these Evites, these Jake's sisters, whatever you may call them, they was like, where y'all gonna take us to McDonald's? I'm like, nigga, we 10. Like, where else we gonna take you? But that's what you watch on the movies, you know? Let me see. Ecclesiastes 26 and 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. So when a woman is silent, that's actually a desired trait. All right? It was a quote from Marcus Garvey that I saw in this documentary years ago. And he said, because I think he said this after his divorce, but he said having a wife was an impediment to my work and to my peace of mind. All right? So if you have a woman that can coexist with your peace of mind, you have an asset. All right? It tells you in Sirach also, I think it's the 25th chapter, how, you know, a loud babbling woman, a loud brawling woman is like climbing up a sandy way. And in another translation, that sandy way is like the elderly walking up a sandy storm, because remember, we were in the Middle East. So it's better to walk up a sandy storm, man. So if you have a woman that's not contentious, you have an asset just because she's quiet, man. It's a lot, okay? So a lot of brothers don't want to cohabitate because you fear having a woman that's going to be contentious, all right, it's going to be nitpicky, you know? Shabbat Shalom, all right? Let me go. It says, Sirach 26:14, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. 1 Timothy 5:6, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And something that I personally observe is women, all right, when they get in there, if you know you jumped out in the world, let's say college, 18, 19, you jumped out and you never really became domesticated, you never really became, you know, in a union, you just was like in and out of different situationships and flings and one-nighters, and Lord knows what happened to you. By the time you get in your late 20s, it's like you're spiritually dead. And you can look at chicks in their eyes, man, they be fucked up, man. All right? But yeah, that's pretty much the point, man. A silent and loving woman, man. When a woman is silent, man, that's an asset, man. All right? Another trait was being shamefaced, man. You're gonna find out that there's nothing wrong with you. All right? If you're a man that fears Yahweh and you work to pay your bills, you have your basics, you're gonna find out there's nothing wrong with you. All right? In a modern world, the whole thing is, how do I get this whore? How do I make this whore like me? All right? There's a show on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, and the name of the show is called 20 Women versus One Rapper. And it caught me because I saw it on TikTok or whatever. It was like 20 women talking to Boosie, you know, auditioning to date Boosie or whatever. Then I've seen 3 or 4 different episodes. And I'm like, they got one thing in common. All the women dress like whores. Like, this is the average way. This is the average way a woman dresses now. You know? And like I said, one of the words is formality. You know? It's a social norm. I'm like, damn, all the women dress like, and then they all go for jakes that dress like, and it's really degeneracy. It ain't just the women, all right? We've degenerated, man. Something that the Honorable Elder Apostle Hart would say, Jake has become degenerates, man. All right? This is a very low-grade kingdom, man. Man, our women are poor. Most of our women are poor, yet they've adopted feminism. It'll behoove you, if you're poor especially, to really be traditional. So at least you have a hard-working man and you can assist him. You know, like your grandmother and grandparents, your great-grandmother, your great-grandparents were. You know, it was a hard-working man and she assisted him. All right? All right, let me see. You know? Ecclesiasticus 10:2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. All right? Sirach 25:22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. All right? So these traits that we read about, which are really like anomalies in the ancient world, you know, now it's normal. Now it's normal. I can only imagine a bad mouth, loud mouth woman that was like a leper probably back in the old country. Now that's just regular. I can only imagine a woman being a whore in the ancient world, and that brought great shame to the family and the uncles and the brothers. Now that's normal. You know? You know? The thing that was once a shame, once again, like I said back in the beginning, we had something called a shame culture. You can look it up on YouTube, shame culture. That's why they had the story called The Scarlet Letter. I want to say, I forgot what time it was in, maybe the 1800s, but basically the woman was accused of committing adultery, and they put the scarlet letter, which scarlet is basically red, a variety of red. And they put the letter A on her clothing, her garment, and that was supposed to be a stigma on her, so that the whole town could see that this was an adulterer or an adulteress. All right? How much worse have we gotten since that story had been written? All right? With the advent of social media, infidelity is normal. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters. I know this is improper. All right? With the advent of social media, all right, that's normal. All right? Infidelity is normal. All right? But back then, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, that was like, whoa, poor. You see? Now you got middle school students, you know, talking about they go perform oral sex and all this other stuff like it's normal. Even when I was in high school, middle school, like, chicks was saying that, like, I don't do that. That was more like, I don't do that. Now they bragging about it, man. But in the beginning, it wasn't so. You ask the question, what is a woman? A woman is a helpmeet. Going back to the beginning, the original blueprint of the earth in Genesis, the 2nd chapter, Yahweh said, it is not good for the man to be alone. Let me find him a helpmeet. Now you go into that word helpmeet, it really goes into a woman who stands before, denoting her position was to stand before her man and basically wait on his request, especially when it came to food. All right? Because to give a context, you had your own estate. That's why it tells you riches and wealth are from fathers, because your father will hand down his estate and you will get you a wife to assist you in your estate. But in the Western lenses, that's looked at as oppressive. No, it's honorable. It's just a beautiful role. You assisted him. You turn his house into a sanctuary. All right? All right? You turn his, I was looking over the scriptures. You turn his house into a sanctuary, man. Okay? That's why it speaks about a woman, when she's with a man, she strengthens his bones, man. And you can tell when a brother got a supportive woman, because a lot of times he gains weight. You know, a brother might be naturally skinny, you know, but then the brother pick up about 10 pounds, maybe 20 pounds. Brother be eating good, you know. So that's why people say his bones are fat, you know, because he got that woman that's in her role, man. She take out that hustle and bustle, you know. See? It is not good for man to be alone. Let me make him a help me. This is written in the first book, all right, in the Word. The first book, the 2nd chapter, all right? So a woman in her natural role, a woman was put on earth to be a helpmeet for you, man. And we're so estranged from that blueprint that we really look at our women like they're foreign. Now you got blonde hair, she got this business suit with the broad shoulder pads, looking down on us, man. You know? A woman's supposed to be a helpmeet. All right, let me get these scriptures. Ecclesiasticus, no, let me see, Sirach 25 and 22. No, I got that one. Sirach 25 and 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees. So it's key words that's popping up when I read this. This particular word that came out this verse was comfort. All right? Comfort. A woman's supposed to be a comfort. The other word that stood out in the other verse was shamefaced it. You know? So a woman's supposed to comfort us, man. All right? You can hear remnants of that feminine comfort in R&B singers. You had this song by Aaliyah. It was called I Care For You. And if you listen to that song, you could feel that energy of a woman like comforting you in this fucked up world. But we gotta get this day in our captivity, and sometimes you just gotta hear it through a song. It's another song by Patti LaBelle. You already know what I'm about to say. Somebody loves you. Oh, 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 yeah. Somebody loves you. You see? This is when women was in there, and see, it's like a puzzle. You put that puzzle in the right place, and that's a miracle. You put a woman in her gender role, it's like, whoa, she gonna flourish, man. But we downgraded. I remember from Helpmeets, the twerking at the red light, rapping about an abortion, going on live saying how they set niggas up, had them raped by other niggas, you know? 40, no kids, still not ready to settle down. When it tells you in the scriptures, the part of the reward for a woman is to bring seed out of her womb. Roughly paraphrasing. You know, but that's one of the things that make her happy. You know? All right, let me see. Romans 1:26. For this cause Yahweh B'Hashemah Shai gave them up unto vile affection, for even that women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Part of being against nature, getting an abortion, being on birth control, being sexually promiscuous, being a lesbian, it's against nature. It is against nature. It is against nature. And if it tells you in if it tells you in 1 Corinthians 11 chapter, even nature tells you that it is a shame for a man to have long hair, isn't it nature to tell you it's a shame for a woman to have short hair? Like Jada Pinkett Smith, G.I. Jane, all right? It is a nature for a woman to be in the role of a man. It is against nature. These alleged alpha females, all right, women who claim to be polyamorous, that's demonic as fuck. And they really have demons on them, man. They not figuratively, they literally have demons on them, man. A woman who's obsessed with that masculine energy, she wants a penis, man. All right. All right. Let's see. Ecclesiasticus 26:22. A harlot should be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. How is a married woman a tower against death? All right. Just imagine a woman has an herbal apothecary, so she got all the different main herbs and ointments for sicknesses. She got the ginger tinctures. She got all her teas made. All right. She know how to cook from scratch. She know how to sew clothes. She know how to start a fucking bubble bath and put the tinctures in a bubble bath, man. Just imagine if you had that every day. Then you're gonna have an extended life. She know how to put the right oils and massage your feet. A lot of us got back problems, man. But your woman's supposed to be massaging your back and massaging that devil's claw ointment into your back. That willow bark ointment into your back, man. You know? All right? Surely oppression maketh the way. Hey, that's irksome. It's fucking irksome, man. You know? Cause a picture I got in my mind, that Glorilla video, where they was saying something about twerking at the red light. I'm picturing all the little ratchet chicks outside the car twerking. And I'm like, damn. I women went from Helpmeets to hoes. Then I think about what's the solution. Have you ever seen the show called The Handmaid's Tale? And what happened? I think it was the British that overthrew the United States government. And there was a particular group called the Sons of Jacob. And we can tell they went into prophecy because really they're talking about us. And what did the Sons of Jacob do? They put the American woman back into fucking slavery, man. That's why they call it The Handmaid's Tale, because it's written from the perspective of one of the women who was forced to be the handmaid of one of the particular elites. All right? Because they selected women to be handmaids to the men who was in the elite class who had taken over the American government. You see? But the solution is back in the fucking slavery, man. See, you had wives, all right? But you also had handmaids in the scriptures. If you go into the GNT, Sirach, the 41st chapter, it tells you a list of things that you should be ashamed of. And one of those things was to staring at another man's wife, or to play with his maid. To play, no. It said staring at another man's wife, or to play with his woman slave, his slave woman. So that shows you that you had your wife, you had a slave woman. You see, it tells you in Deuteronomy, I think it's the 4th chapter and the 6th verse, or maybe it's the 6th chapter and the 4th verse. I get it mixed up. It tells you if you sell your daughter as a slave woman, man. It tells you the protocol, because you have Hebrews that were serving, went into slavery or indentured servitude for 6 years, and on the 7th year they should be free. But it tells you it is not so. It is not so if you sell your daughter as a slave woman. It says she should not go out as other men, as other servants. What does that mean? On the 7th year, she don't go free. All right, because you having sex with her, that's your wife. You see? See, it's gonna be a fucking overthrow, man. It's gonna be a fucking overthrow, man. It's gonna be a fucking overthrow, man. Under WH0RES, man, our commander. All right, under our commander. All right, and that's just one of the problems in this bitch. It's two main problems in this bitch: Edomite supremacy and feminism, man. Edomite supremacy and feminism, man. You want to get deeper? Edomite supremacy, feminism, street culture, Christianity. But ultimately, it's this motherfucker ruling, man. Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. All right? That's why the scripture tells you, Sirach 30 maybe, how you shouldn't give a servant too much liberty, because they're gonna start bugging out, man. You've literally liberated servants, man. Then when you get around women, right, you deal with women, and you be all in your thoughts. Let's say you're young, right? So you naturally feel like, damn, does she like me? Woo woo, maybe, you know, woo woo. Then you find out her logic, like, damn, that's what got her? My voice? Damn, that's what got her? Like, your muscles? Like, damn, some simple shit. Like, they're not deep, man. That's why their fathers and your uncles gotta betroth them and arrange that marriage, man. You know? And now women have been engineered to get the wrong guy and then be bitter about it. You know? But that's okay. All right? The saints shall take the kingdom. Once again, in the movie, in the book, The Handmaid's Tale, all right, the people that overtook the United States government was called the sons of Jacob. I kid you not. So the author knew the truth. Then they put the women back in the fucking servitude, man. All right, I know the remedy for these women besides death itself. I know the remedy for these inner city chicks, these city girls, man. It's a lifestyle of The Handmaid's Tale, man. It's a lifestyle of that fucking movie Annie. Waking up cleaning toilets and shit, man. It's a hard not the life for you. That'll put you, you know, get you back right, man. All right? But most of you gonna get destroyed here, so you're not even gonna have that luxury. Then you're gonna come back in your right mind. But you're also gonna come back in order. All right? All right, let me see. 2 Timothy 4:8, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. And that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on King WH0RES, man. And it won't be sweet, man. It's gonna be an overthrow, man. All right. Sirach 42:11. Keep a sure watch over a shamefaced daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. And I was just watching this show called The Family Business. And it's a show that was written by Carl Weber. Now, if anybody know anything about Carl Weber, he's a Jake book author. So a lot of urban books, a lot of books about Jake on the cover of street, whatever, street life and all this crazy, it's written by him. So they made a show about it called Family Business. But it's one particular episode, show spoiler, where Ishmael, I think it was Ishmael, they were Muslims. And they went old school. He was not happy about the moves his daughter made, who was, of course, Muslim. And they got her offed because she brought dishonor to the family. All right? But then he had a deal with a Jake Muslim who had a daughter. And basically, he betrothed, Jake married his daughter to the Ishmaelite. The woman who got popped, Jake married his daughter to her brother. The women had no control over it. But they understood this was for the betterment of the family. You see? They were not a slave to individualism. You see? The horn blew when I said that. I hope I didn't make it too complex. You know, I be chopping things up sometimes. But the point was, they went old school with it, you see? And we're going to have a whole lot of arranged marriages in the kingdom, man. Okay? Sirach 25. Where we at? Sirach 25 and 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to God abroad. You see? Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to God abroad. So part of being in order, all right, is that woman being at the house, whether it's your daughter or the woman. All right. Also, in the show The Handmaid's Tale, now that you put that scripture up, women weren't allowed to read, write, use cell phones, none of that. You was a goddamn handmaid. You know, and there's going to be levels to it, and the Israelite woman's going to be on top, but she ain't going to be running nothing. You know? What she going to be running is them little lower tier heathen bitches, man. Lower tier heathen women, man. Yeah. Conquered in the overthrow, conquered in WH0RES females, man. She gonna be over them, man. Women we just snatched up, man. And yeah, you gonna bounce them around. You know how y'all are. You know? But you gonna be in order too. All right? But that's the point, man. Our women went from Helpmeets to whores. It tells you if a man defile that land, should not that land be greatly polluted? If one man come, should not that land be greatly polluted? Now you got some called social media, casual dating, one night stands, flings, situationship, and it's all just a demonic platform for whoredom. Check out the STD rates, check out the abortion rates. All that has sprung from something that was rooted in feminism. All right, one of the fallacies of feminism is that a woman can have a life before she settles down, man. I mean, who really wants to retire a racehorse, man? Who really wants to retire a race dog, man? That's not in the scriptures. From helpmeets to hoes, man. You see? That's not Jerusalem, man. That's not the ways of our forefathers. All right, there wasn't Sarah, there wasn't Judith, there wasn't Susanna. These were so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American women. All right. 1 Timothy 5 and 15. For some are already turned aside after Satan. And that Satan is this feminism, this westernization. I hear stories of women coming from different countries who are under Islamic rule and those strict religious divisions, and they'll come over here and be sexually promiscuous orally and anally, but they'll say the vagina for so-called marriage. And that's how because they come over here and get defiled philosophically, man. So they'll say the vagina for marriage, but they'll get defiled anally and orally. Ain't that something, man? Going into the scripture, for some have turned aside to say, because they got their lust in them through watching American media. All right. Sirach 26 and 12, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found the fountain and drink of every water near her. by every hedge where she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. And now it is more convenient than ever. It is more convenient than ever because you got some called social media, these dating sites, got bars, and it's a cultural norm, like the brother brought out. You know, it's a cultural norm, so nobody looks down on it. You know, nobody looks down on the fact that you got these little ones popping out, these sons and daughters constantly popping out over the years with no father, man. All right, but in the old country, it was not so, man. Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna say this before I close it down, man. Have you noticed that every female entertainer is like a harlot? Like every female archetype is a harlot, man. Whether it's Cardi B, Glorilla, Lotto, whatever, you know. But hey, look, man, from Helpmeets to hoes, man. But in the kingdom, our women are gonna go from hoes or whores to Helpmeets, man. But with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Kakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. All right, peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba Baal, Kamya Shalom, Shalom. And I also want to say, I mean, look, the sisters that wake up to Yahushua, you already know what it is. All right, we're spiritually in a time of reform. We're spiritually in a time of restoration. All right. We're spiritually in a time of restoration. So when Yahushua comes to gather his scattered sheep, these are really the foul sheep who made themselves clean. We were defiled by this Grecian Western culture. So just how a woman is not going to come in this truth actually a virgin, we didn't wake up to this truth being born and raised, keeping the laws of Yahweh by Shema Shai, knowing the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai. So on the other end, on the flip side of that coin, we're just in a time of repentance, man, and rehearsing the righteous acts. All right, but with that, like I said, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Hey, to the next time, Shalom. And Shabbat Shalom.